Yes, sir, it's your man Makell Bird, Mactown TV, Mactown Radio, the dopest show in every dimension. And today's topic is success begins with desire. Now, there's some other little subtext here that I can include, which is a very important concept that all sort of spills over into that original concept. Success begins with desire. And that is that you have to have a desire, right? You have to have a thirst for knowledge. That's the word I'm looking for. A thirst for knowledge, a desire to learn. Because this is actually what I noticed, a lot of people get separated on. And this is actually what creates a huge chasm between those who become successful and those who don't. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? Plenty of people have dumb luck. As a matter of fact, I know plenty of guys who have said one of the reasons why they got so rich was dumb luck. Of course, this also spills into another concept, which is they were in the right place at the right time. You know what I mean? That's very important in life, too. So if you understand that concept, the concept of being in the right place at the right time, then you understand that you have to put yourself in position to win. This was probably one of the most important lessons I ever learned in my life, and it was a self-taught lesson that sometimes in order to succeed, you have to put yourself in position to receive those blessings. You get what I'm saying? It's not always just dumb luck. Some guys have dumb luck, some women have dumb luck, but that's usually not the case. And if I'm being totally honest, I would never want to bank on that concept of dumb luck. I would rather, have some type of game plan, have dreams and goals that you're executing on a daily basis. I can tell you this, that creating something is very important. But let's get back to the original topic. Success begins with desire. You have to have a thirst for knowledge. You have to have a desire to learn something and to execute whatever you're learning, right? Now, quick story. I knew my life pretty much changed around 1994, but then again in 1995, when it was announced that Bill Gates was the richest person in the world. Because I asked myself a very important question back then. Why is Bill Gates the richest man in the world in 1995? And I said, what is it that he's doing that led to these riches? And I looked it up. Turns out Bill Gates is a coder, and he has been a coder since he was a teenager, right? Very smart guy. And he fulfilled a need that the world needed, which was personal computers, operating systems, and who puts that stuff together? Coders, right? And so right then and there in 1995, when I was only 14 years old, I told myself, you know what? To hell with what all the rest of these fucking people are doing. I'm going to be a coder. I am going to self-teach myself, I'm a self-taught man, how to be a coder. I started reading. I started getting on the internet, learning how to build websites, and this helped me. And the funny part is this. It didn't help me in any way in the beginning, but the point is that the knowledge was there. And guess what? You see where the world has went, right? Everything revolves around the internet now. Wi-Fi signals, having internet, having apps, having websites, everything. And guess what, people? I knew this way back in 1995 when I was 14 years old. And even though my coding knowledge didn't apply to anything that would help me back then, and it didn't apply for a long time either, right? I didn't get any jobs that involved coding. But what did happen is later on in life, in 2008 all the way up to 2012, me being a coder made me very successful because I was able to create a website and a music distribution service that would lead me to where I am now, which is damn near retired, right? The lifestyle I'm living now, it's almost like I'm already retired, right? I barely ever have to work. Money comes in like clockwork through royalties, residuals, and time-based stuff. But I digress. Now, what did this begin with, though? What did my success begin with? What does most people's success begin with? It begins with a thirst for knowledge, a desire to learn something, right? And like I said, this is what separates people. Everybody else, they're going to spend the rest of their fucking life working for the man, so to speak, right? Retail, fast food, warehouse, or a truck driver. Now, I don't want to bash on the truck drivers too much. I was actually watching these other videos I did, which I highly suggest you watch those other videos too. And I'm going to tell you the name of those videos. One of them is Entertainers versus the Entertained. And the other one is the one I just did last night. Their Story is Already Written. Look up those two videos on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/MacktownTV, MackTown TV. And one's called Entertainers versus the Entertained, The Wealth Gap Explained. And the other one is called, it's actually the one I just dropped yesterday, so look that up. My brain's working in circles right now because I'm going to tell you something else. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys another hint when it comes to the desire to learn, a thirst for knowledge. When you wake up first thing in the morning and you have that first cup of coffee, if you're anything like me, your mind is racing. You're ready to get the day going. You're ready to get things started. And as a matter of fact, I'm filming this video right now, right after waking up, right after having my first cup of coffee, and I'm ready to go. And you need to pinpoint things like that. If you have a thirst for knowledge, you need to pinpoint when is your brain really on fire and active and working. And you need to execute your plans during those moments. It's very important to capture that moment, all right? Which is why I tell people, create. I don't give a damn what it is. If you have a product or a service or even knowledge that you want to share, create. Why? Because while all these other motherfuckers are sitting at home watching TV, guess what else they're going to do? They got to go back to work tomorrow. They got to be a fucking bag boy or a cashier, or they got to lift heavy boxes at a warehouse somewhere. They got to do night stalker. They got to work at a fucking call center. Why? They never executed any plans. They didn't have the thirst for knowledge that you do and that I do, right? This is what separates the 10%, if you want to call them the 1% versus the 99%, the 10%, whatever you want to call them, top 2%. This is what separates us. It's that thirst for knowledge. It's that desire to succeed. And, and I want to be clear about something real quick. It's not just that. It's not just having the desire. You have to execute that. You have to fucking read. I can't stress that enough. When you look at all the richest people in the world, let's talk about it for a second. Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, all these guys, the richest guys in the world, what do they all have in common? They all read. And you can look this information up. You can listen to just about any entrepreneur video on the internet. They're all saying the same thing. You have to have that desire. You have to read, study, and then come up with a plan and execute it. And that's that, people. Makell Bird, Macktown TV. The dopest show in every dimension. Continue having that desire. Continue having that thirst for knowledge and execute your plans. All right? Peace.